Greetings viewers, my name is Reese and welcome to my Minecraft tutorial series. In this series, I hope to introduce beginners to the basic concepts of the game, share a look back with those who have already played, and offer techniques and ideas for both to help create more unique worlds. In this episode, we will be creating a new world, covering the basics, discussing shelter, and why you need to seek shelter. To start off with, I will briefly go through world creation. You do have 3 game modes. Survival, that's where you have to gather your materials, build your tools, watch your health, and hunger. Hardcore mode, it's pretty much the exact same, except you're locked into a more difficult level, and when you die, your world is deleted, which for me is a real bummer. I like my projects. I put a lot of time and effort into them. I would not want to see them deleted. And then you have creative mode, which is pretty much the polar opposite of hardcore. You don't have to worry about health or hunger. You have unlimited resources. You fly. And all blocks are destroyed with one click. Really, there's no work involved. If you're interested in the other options, you do have the ability to seed your world, to recreate the same world over and over, borrow a world from a friend or the web, or really just get that one specific world you wanted. This also is a place where you can turn off the structures that have been added to the game more recently. I personally like them on. They give a bit of texture and more things to explore into the world. Let's put this into survival mode. The difficulty is already set to normal. Let's name it tutorial, and let's get started. The main purpose of this video is mostly for the beginners. Later videos will have more for those who are experienced with the game. As we start the world here, I would like you to notice I am using an HD texture pack. This is called Misa's HD texture pack. And in the top right corner, I am also using Ray's Minimap mod. I will provide a link for tutorials on installing that later. As you can see, we have started in a wonderful forest biome. These are great to start in because wood, your primary early game resource, is plentiful. Now let's chop down our first tree, because in the real world you can punch a tree down and then have the rest of it float. Floating trees. As I hammer away at this, we are doing our best to gather as many resources as possible on the first day, because we do have to survive a nighttime full of monsters. The main thing you need for pretty much everything in the game is a crafting bench. As you can see, I have 4 wood planks in my personal crafting square, which allows me to create a crafting table. After I place this on the ground, you can see that it gives me a 3x3 crafting square, which allows me to make more things than I can on my own personal one. I'm going to turn about that much of my planks into sticks. With these sticks, I'm going to create a pickaxe, which as you can see, it's 2 sticks, 3 planks, pretty much shaped like a pickaxe. I have that. Now I'm going to create an axe to speed up wood gathering. And just for a little bit of self-defense, I will make a wooden sword, which with this particular pack looks like a baseball bat. Let's turn the rest of these into sticks. I will need those later. And let's pick this cube back up. As you can see, we have sheep. This is your source of wool. A lot of people will use this for wall tapestries, carpet, or just to create colored pixel art. I do prefer a more realistic construction style, so I will go with the former two rather than the latter. Let's gather as much wood as we can. As you can see, there are, in this biome, 2 separate kinds of trees. The only difference is how the timber block appears. Both turn into wood planks and can be used for all sorts of things, but left in their natural state, you can use them as a construction material. For those who are new to the game, you have several material types. Right here in the beginning, the three things you are most concerned about is wood, dirt, and stone. When you break stone with your pickaxe, it will drop cobblestone. This will be used to make your next tier of tools, which are more durable and are capable of gathering more resources. Is one other kind of block I omitted, and that is coal. We need that so we can have some torches for our first night instead of darkness. My god, there are sheep everywhere. And as you can see in the distance right around there is coal. I say let's go get it. As you can see, you do take falling damage. It's not the end of the world. As long as you have full hunger, your falling damage is recovered. Unless I jump down into this ravine. These ravines are a rather new feature. They were instituted in one of the last beta patches, along with rivers. These provide a great way of getting resources, but they are rather dangerous to wander around at this early stage of the game. Hoping to find a nice overlook or place that I can get some of that coal risk-free. I'd really rather not go to that place, that overhang I saw over the ocean, because that is not exactly easy to gather. Well, got a block of coal there. Guess I have no choice. We don't want to take all day because, as you can see, the sun's already at high noon. Rather silly way of getting up here, but it works. Only a single block of coal. Oh well, that'll make do. Now, for those who haven't played Minecraft or have only played in peaceful mode, the reason we are so desperate to seek shelter is that at night, monsters spawn. There are spiders, skeletons, zombies, and the dreaded creeper. Creepers are really the thing you're hiding from. They will just run up, explode, destroy whatever you've been building, and you in the process. Skeletons pretty much just peg arrows at you from a distance. Spiders are pretty difficult because they can run faster than you, and they tend to leap, which makes them a little difficult in combat. Dirt is quite the helpful resource because it lets you just create little pathways, quick nitty-gritty structures. Unless I find something better, we may be living in a dirt hut tonight anyway. Want more coal for torches. For those who don't already know, the recipe for a torch is 1 stick, 1 piece of coal. This is great because it does let you produce it on your own personal square. You don't actually have to place a crafting block. Let's just gather this coal. Yeah, as I'm digging here trying to find chatter to fill the void, really trying hard not to pull from some of the funny comments I've heard in other videos that have almost made their way into common language as pop culture references. We're just hacking away here with the coal. This serves 2 purposes. One, it'll give us a nice supply of coal for torches, and coal is also your primary resource for smelting. There is an alternative to coal. Pretty much any wood can power a furnace, and if you specifically need coal for torches, you can actually use wood to burn wood and get charcoal, which will also make torches and operate as a fuel for the furnaces. In later games, that actually becomes very helpful because given enough time, you will deplete nearby, easily obtained coal. So it does give you an alternative. Let's run around here. We're on a nice little peninsula here, so I'm wondering where we should build for our first night. As you can see up there in the left corner, we do have the ravine that I was wandering in earlier. And there's some open stone up there. I'm going to go see what that open stone is. As you can see in the bottom right corner above the food gauge, there is a breath gauge. As of right now, there is no way to extend how long you can breathe underwater outside of mods. However, there have been many mentions of adding something for that purpose to the game. As you can see from the sky, we're in late afternoon now. We've got probably 4 or 5 minutes to start hunkering down for the night and finding protection from the monsters. As you can see from me accidentally pressing M here, here are the options for Ray's minimap. There are a lot of different features. I won't cover them right now. There's plenty of tutorials out there for that. I pretty much just leave it in the mode it is because anything else feels like cheating. As we travel forward, it looks like we're about to enter a swamp biome. This is one of the new biomes added in late beta. This is about the best way to find vines, mushrooms, and that's really about all that's really unique to this. There is a lot of water generally in swamp biomes, and I've gotten lucky and found cow. As you can see, my hunger gauge has already begun to deplete. Beef provides 4 bread worth of hunger. So, if I find cows, I kill cows. Pork is also a 4 unit health increase. Both of which, I mean, raw, it's only 1 or 2, and pork actually runs the risk of food poisoning. Darn pigs, they're fast! As you can see with my texture pack, they're actually quite realistic compared to the default. Mushrooms can also provide food. However, without red mushrooms, I can't make stew, so they're really worthless to me at this point. Oh, there we go. Pigs have been dealt with. As you can see, night falls. I think I want to head back to our peninsula down there and make camp. I just don't like the idea of living in a swamp. All those bugs. Even though they're not in the game, I think about the bugs, the snakes, the alligators, inbred locals seeking to eat you. You know, those kind of things. As it gets later, I'm really starting to run the risk of dealing with some unsavory characters. For the purpose of learning, I'm probably going to stay out a little later than I should. And meet our first monster, the zombie. My texture pack gives a lot of variances between them. So you've got boy zombies, girl zombies, headless zombies. If we get lucky, there's even a Michael Jackson zombie. As you can see, I broke my sword. Fairly common occurrence, unfortunately, but not very avoidable. Hoping to work quickly and get our shelter for the night built. This, unfortunately, is not one of those grand, amazing buildings that those who know me have watched me build, but it serves the purpose for a night. Gonna use some of the coal. So you heard that noise. That is Minecraft's way of saying, hey, You are near a large unlit space. Gonna knock away some of this coal. Generally, it takes about 8 minutes for night to pass. The day-night cycle in Minecraft is 20 minutes long, which includes 8 day, 8 night, and the remainder is transition periods like dawn and twilight. Oops, well, I guess I found how I'm going to get out of this hole later. Might even make a good cellar for a house. I generally like to always build on whatever I start, so even these quick structures, I'll at the very least turn it into a bunker for later use. I rarely just strip it and move on. As you can see underneath, we have a nice opening into a cave, which I'm not going to worry about just yet. I am going to square off this room. This is my first video, so I do apologize if I'm confusing. Random. Though I don't think I could ever avoid being random. That is what everyone tells me is my main personality trait. Or just, I need practice, I gotta learn. So this is a learning process for me as well as those of you who are new to Minecraft. As you can see, I made a sword, an axe, and a shovel. If you didn't see, I'm going to make another shovel real quick. It is 2 sticks and a stone, or metal, or wood plank. Depends on what technology level you're at. A nice feature with the game now is that you are able to actually repair things. Like if I had 2 stone pickaxes, I would be able to merge them and create 1 stone pickaxe in much better shape. Gathering a little more stone here, we are going to create a furnace. As you can see, I'm starting to get hungry there. And figure it's about time to cook up some of that beef. I'm going to drop in 1 piece of coal and my 7 beef here. For pretty much any smelting in the game, it is a 1:8 ratio. When you put in 1 coal, it will cook or smelt 8 of an object. So there's not too much waste here. If I'm quick, I might be able to slip a pork chop in there and make full use of it, but I'm not going to worry about it. Another basic item that you need to get fairly early on is a chest. As you can see, I made 2 of them. It is basically you just take wood and put it in these 3, leaving the center blank. This gives us a place to put just this extra excess material. In the long run, I will actually go as far as to create a whole room generally of labeled boxes using signs so that I can find all my materials that I need for larger projects. For now, we're going to open this up. Just a bit. I'm bad about just trying to find something to do for the night. Keep busy. I didn't really get a chance to gather the wool for a bed just yet. Otherwise, I'd be able to end the night instantly. But where would the education be in that? Gonna widen this room again. The main goal of Minecraft when you're in this mode, I mean, first of all, you are here to survive. You don't want to die. The more you die, it's just a hassle. You have to go back, get your stuff, and in all honesty, it's fun to see how long you can go without dying. For me, it's also about finding a project, finding something to do. You give this game its purpose. it doesn't have much in the way of mission objectives or, go here, build that type gameplay. You give it its purpose. It's still nighttime. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work on turning this area into what will be the cellar of my first home. There's a bit of risk in doing this because enemies can just drop in on you and say, "Hi, what's for dinner?" "Oh, that'll be you." Nom nom nom, zombie eating. Which is far, far better than boom, a creeper blows up you and everything you've been building. They are really the most dreaded creature in the game. The creeper is the epitome of evil. It's not just that they kill you. It's that you go back and find out that they've destroyed everything that you've built. Or at least right around where you were at. I've had a number of worlds, and creepers are just reality. You just gotta be ready to take them out of the picture quickly, or to build buildings that they just can't get near. I've seen a lot of settlements that'll have trenches dug around them to prevent creepers from getting anywhere important. When they blow up, they just make a deeper trench. That's a pretty good idea. If you do go that route, I suggest adding a lip to the trench so that any spiders that fall in can't climb back up and get you. It tends to work out pretty well. Same thing with walls. You definitely want to work to preventing any frustrating moments. As you can see, it is about daytime, and that is where I'm going to be ending this first video. We will spend our second day building my first house to show you guys, and we will also be taking care of spending the second night showing you guys the different monsters. I do hope to improve the production qualities of these videos as we go, and I may even go back and redo them as I get more experience. Well, as you can see, we've survived our first night. Sorry that it was not terribly exciting. Honestly thought I'd have a little bit more trouble getting established. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you right here next time.